You guys are here with me now to join my side. Now, many of you are with me. Many of you are with me already. And many of you are close. What is my side, you ask? My side is the side with Christ. The side of sacrifice. The side of suffering. The side of love. In a manly way. We're talking about souls. Eternity. The fight we are in is for eternity. So you cannot waver in the middle. You're either with us or you're against us. Alright, now I needed for this demonstration, I needed some weapons, but you guys know how TSA is about taking weapons on the plane. So instead I have, I don't know if you can hear it, the sword. Okay. Alright, so Brian and Wesley. Now, does this remind you of anything? Anything from the Bible? David and Goliath, perfect. Okay, so, Wesley, you're David.
Sounds good.
And that's cool because, one, that's my name. And you represent all the guys in this room. Brian, you're Goliath, and we all hate you. Alright, so now here, okay. So you guys know this battle. 1 Samuel 17, David goes into battle. They say, you can't do it, David. He says, yes, I can. They say, no, you can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Blah, blah, blah. And he finally goes in, he mans up, and he does it, right? Who knows why he was able to do it? The Lord. He believed in the Lord. The Lord had delivered him from the grasp of the lion, from the grasp of the bear, out in the field already. He knew, I've been delivered from these things. Of course he's going to deliver me from this battle. This giant? Whatever. I can take this guy. The Lord's on my side. Now they just cut your legs off. Now you're down below. Okay, now the battle is in our field. It's in our advantage. The battle is going to be won for us. Because we've got the numbers. We've got the upper hand. Now what's going to happen in this situation is that we're going to take him out. Now, obviously, in this situation, that's only one giant. But you know, the reality is, there are giant after giant after giant out there coming after us. This battle that we're fighting, I said it has to be ferocious. We have to be totally aggressive when we go in there. Totally aggressive. If you come into it weak, you will get slaughtered. If you come into it soft, you will get slaughtered. Plain and simple. If you don't back up your buddies in this fight, he will get slaughtered. And so it is us, as men, uniting together to take out the giant. To fight for what is truth. To fight for manliness. What it has to do with manliness? Virtue. Virtue is manliness. The root of that word from Latin, virtus, means manly. So in order for you and for me to be men, we have to live virtue, guys. Now what the culture is telling you, and it's telling you this very emphatically, that being a man of faith means you're a sissy. That having hope in anything, you hope in yourself. That's the only thing you hope in. That's what the world's telling you. And that love, that's for women. Guys, I'm telling you right now, when you embody the virtue, when you possess the virtue of love, it will take you beyond your imagination. It will enable you to do things you never thought you could do. Because you have love. And if you remember in Scripture, it says, and the greatest of these is love. Now guys, I'll tell you, I like to drive my 4x4. through as much mud and dirt and snow as I can. I shoot my guns. I work with my tools. I like to pick up heavy stuff and put it back down. But you know what? I like to do all that and go to the Eucharist and communicate with my God and cherish my wife and set a good example for my daughters. Tell me I'm not a man because I do those things. You and I will have a problem. Living virtue, essential to being a man. There's an element here that we need to talk about. And this is male leadership. How do I, as a man, striving to be as manly as possible, which means as virtuous as possible, how do I lead now? I'm taking these steps to become a better man. How do I take these steps to get closer and closer to my goal? Well, to be a leader is there's a very simple rule. St. Paul told us over and over about this rule. He said, be an imitator of Christ. If you want to know what manliness is, you look to the cross. On that cross, you will see the perfection of manliness. Self-giving love, sacrifice. I guarantee you, none of us in this room are strong enough to carry that cross up that hill going through what he went through. None of us. And we have to talk about it because it's a giant in many of your lives. It's a giant in my life. And it's a giant of pornography. The giant of pornography was standing right behind me, getting ready to slit my throat. And I put myself there. For years and years, I was slayed all the time by the giant of pornography. It got into my life when I was about 10 years old. And it destroyed every single relationship I ever had. It destroyed how I worked, how I studied, how I played ball, all those things. It destroyed me. You know why? Because I let it. Because I let that giant right into my life. And that giant stood between me and my God. That giant stood between me and my salvation. Now guys, I'm in recovery. I'm a recovering porn addict. You ever go on my site? I write about it all the time. But I'm in recovery today. Right now. I'm not thinking about the past. I'm thinking about where I'm going. So, there are men in this room that have never and may never have a problem with pornography. And I want to talk to those guys right now. I know there are a few of you. Don't think that when I'm talking about pornography, that because you don't struggle with it, you don't fail with it, you don't have a problem with it, that you're exempt from talking about it. Because the guy sitting next to you has a problem. Sorry to tell everybody about your problem, guys. So if you don't have a problem, you can be a leader in the fight for the guy next to you. You can help him to get to where he needs to get. Because you have a certain virtue that he doesn't have. So now it's the other guys, which you guys all know it. It's the vast majority of this room. Have, do, or will have a problem with porn. It sucks that we have a problem with porn. Am I right? Yeah. Do you hate it? Yeah. Do you want to slaughter it? Yes. Then today's the last day. No more porn. No more porn. I hate porn. Do you know why there's porn? It's because of the devil. And I hate the devil. No more porn, guys. Now, you can't be the guy with the giant behind him with your back back turned to him. Defenseless, letting him in.